Hi guys, it's Patricia and welcome to Tester Tuesday. If you're new to my channel, basically what Tester Tuesday is a series of weekly review videos where everyone votes on what scent I'm going to warm, but I actually warm old testers and give you guys feedback on scents, and that way hopefully you can make informed purchasing decisions. So last week we had a lot of votes, 200, and in first place we have the orange colored wax, and I happen to have a bar and it is Farmstand Pumpkin. And this one had 27% of the vote. And in second place, I also happen to have a bar, but this one is a retired scent. It's a pretty light blue colored wax. It's called Glacial Ice. This one had 22% of the vote. I do want to make a correction for last week when I talked about Homestead Holiday and Hug in a Mug. I said they came out in fall and winter of 2018. It's actually fall and winter 2017. So I'm sorry about that. This would actually be their fourth season. So what happened was I joined February 1st, 2018, so I had still 1 month left of that catalog, and I always screw it up in my brain. So let's talk about our first place scent this week. It is Farmstand Pumpkin, and I happen to have quite a few testers to use up this week. So let me tell you, on cold sniff, it's about a medium intensity here in the clamshell. This was actually a scent of the month from October 2016. And then shortly after that, it went in as a fall and winter release in the catalog, and it's been there ever since. And let me read you the scent description for Farmstand Pumpkin. It says, indulgent notes of fresh apple, cinnamon stick, pumpkin, and caramel. So basically what I get is a lot of the fresh pumpkin and caramel. I don't really get cinnamon. If I do, it's very small. I really don't get apple. So to me, this is a predominantly pumpkin caramel scent. That's what I get. I could go on, but pretty much to me, it's pumpkin and caramel. So picture this. You go into one of those diners and you sit down at the counter on your little stool, and you're kind of looking more for a dessert. It's kind of that time of day. You just kind of want a dessert. And the lady says, we have a special, and it's a pumpkin cookie tort. And you're like, what's that? She said, well, it's like a sugar cookie base, very thin, with a deep dish pumpkin pie, gently spiced type center, drizzled with nice warm caramel. And you're like, sign me up, I'll get that. So you sit down and you're waiting for it, She brings you the dessert and it's beautifully plated. And then she brings your neighbor an order of pancakes because that's what they ordered. So that's kind of what this scent is. I do get a little bit of maple. I get that little drift of maple from my neighbor's pancakes, but I definitely get a lot of pumpkin, a tiny bit of spice, and I get the caramel drizzle. And at the end, I kind of almost get a very gentle cookie. And that's why I said it's quite a bit of thick pumpkin, just a thin cookie crust. So that's kind of what I get. Eventually the maple leaves, like that person that was eating the pancakes, they eat them really quick and they were gone. But at the end, when you get through all the pumpkin, you get a little bit of a tiny cookie note. That's what my nose picked up. So I put this in my son's room and I put it in my open layout. So in my son's room, it was about 8 out of 10. I put it in about 3:30 in the afternoon. And when I woke up the next morning, it was probably like 8:30 to go down and check on him. And it was still pretty strong. I would say like 6 or 7 out of 10. But then I find, like, after lunch, it kind of seemed to drop off. So I said it was probably really good for about the first 18 hours, 18 to 20-ish, and then it kind of dropped off. Now that's 1.5 equivalent cubes in each of 2 25-watt warmers. So 1.5 cubes to last 18 to 20 hours. I think it's fine and respectable. And in my open concept layout, I put the equivalent of a little over 1 cube, so maybe 1 1/3, in each of 3 25-watt warmers to use up the rest of my testers. And that one, it was about 6.5 to 7 out of 10, but again, a big, huge, challenging area, so not surprising it's a little bit lower in strength and intensity and throw. And I left it going 10 hours one day, and I don't know if I just kind of went nose blind to it. I just have a note that it dropped off fairly fast, and I kind of just moved on. Now, if you're someone that likes, say, and you have in your stash from retired bars from past, if you took maybe porch pumpkin and caramel vanilla delight and mix those together, maybe you would get something similar to this. But I mean, this is currently available, so you can buy this and give it a try for yourself. I would say stick to medium zones, and some place that's contained would be better. So I said some place like a kitchen, an entrance, a small non-open concept space like living area. So if you lived in an apartment, I think you would get great performance from this. I think this is a great mixer. So if you're looking to add a little bit of pumpkin and a little bit of caramel sweetness, this would be a good choice. And would I repurchase this? Well, I have this bar and I picked it up in case I had to do Tester Tuesday, and I actually had a bar that I was considering warming, and one of my locals picked it up. And it's funny, when she warmed it, I said, what do you get from it? She gets, just get like a pumpkin and lots of spice. And I don't really get much spice. I get more pumpkin and caramel. So just goes to show everybody smells things a little bit different. But I don't think, I'll either hold on to this and see if she wants it, or at some point I will warm it. But one thing I will tell you is when I first got into Scentsy, I hated pumpkin everything. Hated, hated, hated. And it's probably because I hate pumpkin pie. I hate any pumpkin desserts to eat and all that stuff. Now, as time goes on, I do enjoy a lot of pumpkin scents, but I actually enjoy them more mixed with other things. So this was just a little bit too much pumpkin for me. But if you're a pumpkin lover and you love sweet caramel scents, I think you should pick this one up, and that is Farmstand Pumpkin. Okay, so let's talk about our second place scent this week. It's a retired scent called Glacial Ice. Beautiful, beautiful color. Very light blue on this. On cold sniff, it's pretty light. I would say light to medium in intensity. This one came out as a new release in the fall and winter of 2017, and it was around for one season only. And if I had to put this in a category, I would put this in a holiday or a fresh category. It says, for the scent description, a touch of wild berry cooled by frosty mistletoe. Do I get wild berry? No, I don't. Do I get frosty mistletoe? I get frosty something. I don't know what mistletoe smells like, but I definitely get like a nice minty vanilla scent. A minty, fresh vanilla, very slightly woods scent. So mostly minty. So if you're familiar with this scent, Olaf, it's kind of like Olaf. Picture Olaf. I have a note here. Picture Olaf, take away a little bit of the woods note, add more mint, and put some mascara on Olaf, because this scent is a tiny bit more feminine than Olaf, and that's kind of what it is. So there's kind of a definite nice pleasant mintiness, and if you're looking for something that's close in this season, maybe if you mix Best and Snow with I'm Snow Over It, you might get something a little bit close, because the Best and Snow is a little bit more minty, like toothpaste minty, than Glacial Ice, and I'm Snow Over It is a tiny bit more woodsy to me. So I think if you mix those together, maybe you would get something close. At the end, I found there was like a little bit of like a white woods style note, a gentle woodsy perfumey note. Now the only issue I had with this, I mean, I really liked it. Scent appeal was great, right up my alley. But this one here was pretty light. I only had these testers, so I put them in my son's room. And it's funny, I'll show you something. In his warmer, he has the Spider-Man warmer, so I saved the removed wax. And I don't know where the lighting is not good here today, but can you see the impression of the Spider-Man on here? So that's really cute. Now the problem is, if wax leaves a residue in that warmer, it gets right down in those grooves. So I'm gonna have to just scrub the grooves because they're getting a little brown. Anyway, in his room, these two testers, how did they do? I would say about 6 to 6.5 initially. I left it going 17 hours. It just wasn't a very strong scent. It was okay, it just wasn't very strong. And then I took these two cubes from my bar and I put it in my bedroom just to kind of try it out somewhere else. And I would say initially it was about 6.5, maybe up to 7, but it didn't stay there very long. I would say I left it going about 20 to 24 hours, but it was just the kind of thing where I was like, is it still going? It's so light, I can't tell. So right about, I would say the 10 to 12 hour mark, it was around like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. So it's just very, very gentle. If you're someone that doesn't like strong scents, then you may really enjoy Glacial Ice. If Olaf comes back and you've been dying to try Glacial Ice, you could probably pick up Olaf and kind of get somewhat similar results. Olaf is also considered a light scent to most people. So some of these scents, they're just not boomers. But I think the main reason this one didn't come back was the scent notes might have been a little misleading. Because really, I don't really smell wild berry, and I don't really smell mistletoe. I do smell frostiness. This is a really nice scent, just not very strong. I would say if you're someone that likes Olaf or I'm Snow Over It, Best in Snow, all those kind of scents, this would be a good one to pick up. Use it in a small space like a bedroom or a bathroom, especially in the winter, it would be great. And you can mix it with something, I think, like Jammy Time or 100 Acre Wood. That would be really, really nice. And would I repurchase this? I have this one plus one more, so I'm good. If it came back, I would be okay with it. It's just not very strong, so I'd probably go with other scents as my first choice, and that is Glacial Ice. So let's start drawing for the scents this week. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to get you to vote for 2 scents. I'm going to draw 6, but you guys are only going to vote for 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning. You can check the pinned comments, see if voting is closed or open. And so I always get late votes. And if you cannot vote on YouTube, you can actually look me up on Instagram. It's Patricia Gates. Put your votes there. And I love hearing from you guys here in the comments or on YouTube. So anyway, let's get drawing. Scent number 1, I'm going to root to the bottom. It's an oldie. It's called Orange You Glad. Scent number 2, Spiced Pear. Scent number 3, sometimes it's hard to pick them up. Scent number 3, Vanilla Bean Buttercream. Scent number 4, another old one, Brayburn. Scent number 5, Autumn Blaze Maple. And scent number 6, oh, this is a big one. Scent number 6, Mystery Man. It's a little bit of a mixed bag again. Scent number 1 is Orange You Glad. That's a really old scent, retired. I only have 3 little dudes. Scent number 2 is Spiced Pear, and that's come back and bring back my bar fairly recently. Scent number 3, Vanilla Bean Buttercream, a year-round bestseller. Scent number 4, Brayburn, a retired scent. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say fall and winter, but I don't know. Autumn Blaze Maple, a fall and winter scent that's retired. And Mystery Man, a huge honkin' bag of manly scent available year-round. So anyway, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I can't wait to see what you guys vote for this week. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.